Hey, Richie, thanks for coming over and stopping by and talking with me about this whole HalaMaterials business.
No problems, man.
Yeah.
How's anything new happened in your life since we last talked?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we're moving on down, and I'm just getting further and further closer to, I don't know, the company's talking about, you know, I'm getting older. They're getting ready to let me go.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Do
retirement. They want me to retire.
Oh, wow. Do they have a way of like pushing you out at all, or is it more just strongly recommending that you retire?
Yeah, they could. They just more strongly recommend. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, just letting you. They're just like, yeah, putting me on the back burner more. So
Yeah.
it makes me more excited to talk to you about these kind of things.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man.
yeah.
Well, so what are your plans for for resigning from or retiring from them then? What's the timeline there and everything?
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk to you about too. With this whole thing is about a year. I'd like to move on and work with you guys. So
Work with me.
yeah, with the company and set up that HalaMaterials. Bring you, because I was talking with your dad, and he was saying that you're a really strong, headstrong, upstart guy that can get things done, and that's what we're missing here at Edison. And so it was like, what better opportunity just to end my last 5 years of working and working with an awesome guy like you, Richie.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, thanks. Yeah, that's the hope.
yeah.
Well, so I guess what's the timeline then there? Would you be planning to retire from them within the next couple months, or do you have till your next birthday?
Yeah, my hands are tied with them right now, so at least for the next year, I have to be in this pretty much offboarding cycle where they're gonna give me my package and my retirement package and things like that. But I don't want to stop working yet, so that's why I want to jump and head on over and work with you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what it is. Just about roughly 1 year. That's what I'll be doing. Yeah. So.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, so how do you think? How are you going to be able to kind of balance where you spend your time with your? Because I mean, obviously you want to go out with a bang. You don't want to just leave them in the dust. And so how do you think you're going to be able to divide up your time between us and your current job?
Yeah. With dividing my time, they're not really using me for much anything but signing paperwork. What I do have is I want to be able to leverage my knowledge of the industry and, most importantly, my relationships with the retailers is my biggest thing.
Your relationship with the retailers?
Mm-hmm. Because that's how I made my bread and butter here at Edison. Is I was able to take our retailers, the people that would sell our product, and I just managed relationships with them so well that they trust me a lot. And so
did you start in sales with them, or where was your start?
For Edison, yeah, I did start very much near the bottom. The level above, just stapling papers is how I started with them. And so now I worked my way through the sales department, and then now I'm up at the CEO position, And so that's where I met your dad, was when I was just starting in college. Okay. But now he's a client of mine buying the product, and it's a great time. I really enjoy the job, honestly. And so we just move slow at Edison, and they're just getting rid of me, and I just feel like it's the right time to jump off and do something else for a little bit,
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so as far as jumping on board with me then, so I know you're wanting to try something new.
Mm-hmm.
And the timing seems right to just start something new. And then I don't know if you're planning on retiring any soon or just work until the day. Are you a workaholic kind of guy that needs to work, or?
Some people claim I am. I don't think so. I like to have my thing too, but it's just not time yet. I don't plan on working past 5 more years.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why one of my main things is talking with you is I want to get to know you a little bit better, because with your company, I want to share my knowledge with it and increase the value of it, because I'm willing to throw in the startup money for it. And I want to do that so that you can have success in the long run. Is my big thing.
Yeah.
But one of my biggest fears, though, is that I have worked with people that are just downright hard to work with. And I'm not saying that you are, because I don't know you.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I'm happy you came, so I can get to know you a little bit better. So, like, one of the main things for me is what's kind of the thing that makes you tick, Richie?
Honestly, like it's kind of funny. I think I've always grown up with the expectation, like my parents have always had the expectation, you're going to go into the family business. And I've always been like, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then I worked with InSeed for a little bit, and I was able, they're a good company. Like they took care of me well and stuff, but I've just got like electrical and construction, like that whole business, like it's just in my blood. And like I've been around it for long enough that like just several summers of like working for my dad and everything when I wasn't in school, like I just want to stay in that space, and like I don't necessarily need to like I don't know like do better than my dad just for the sake of like being like, I've been more successful than you, but I want to be as successful as he's been, and I just want to branch out on my own. And like because like I would go into business with him, but I want to do my own thing, and like I want to start my own company, so I don't have a boss.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Who Lori Grenier is? She's in Shark Tank.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She says like I think like millionaires or something like that like are willing to work 80 hours a week so that they're not stuck working 40 hours a week. And like
funny how that works, huh?
Yeah. And I'm okay with like working hard so that I'm not stuck like working under someone else. Like I just want to be my own boss, basically.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you wouldn't have it any other way. You're kind of like me. I went through the slow way. But I started off with my parents. They were just small business owners. And then over time, I just kept working, build my knowledge, build my contacts. And now I'm here, CEO. It's a great feeling. And one day when, I feel like it's not going to be as long for you because you're smarter than me than when I started. And two, you're sitting at a perfect opportunity. You've got a business that could be started soon, and I feel like you've got a lot of the know-how. Your dad told me you went to. Did you just finish your MBA, or are you currently working on that right now?
No, so I finished it, and I've been working for InSeed for a few months now.
Okay, excellent. And what's some of the biggest things you learned from InSeed in this management space?
I mean, yeah, like it's just about. Like I think the most valuable thing that I've learned from them and from my MBA combined is just the importance of leadership skills and dealing with people, and helping them to see the vision of like actually like being able to explain things in a way that they see what you want, like for example like as far as like where you want your business to go, and then helping them to help you accomplish those things, basically.
Right. That's awesome. And going to your business, the HalaMaterials business that we want to fund. What is one of the things, like how do you see, how do you plan on running the business? Like what's some of the main things that we have, what are some of the key activities that we have to accomplish in order to make this business successful?
Well, I think the most important thing it's like one of the things that we've got for us is that there's not going to be any middleman between like, us and like the resources that we buy. So like we're going to be able to save a ton just by going straight to the manufacturers and buying stuff. And then speaking to that, that's where your networking comes in.
Gotcha. Because you're buying it from, where are you sourcing from again?
China.
Okay. I haven't done too much work with the Chinese, so
yeah,
it's awesome that you actually have that connection. That's another, wow, awesome.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So, and I think that's really like the most important thing. Just like, we don't have to build like a huge network right away necessarily, but like if we can like just start with like any of your contacts and then just go from there. That'll give us a good start.
Nice. I think you sound like a man with a plan, Richie. And I got a guy that can really help out a lot. So when we go together and we're building this thing, do I understand right that will you be able to kind of take care of the procurement of the product, and then I'll use my book of business and my reputation to help push that to the retailers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I was kind of thinking. It just makes sense to me. But I got a sales guy working at Edison.
Mm-hmm.
He's been working with me for a long time. His name's Sam.
Yeah.
He's awesome, and he's actually kind of in the same boat I am, just a lot younger, because he's also like you.
Yeah.
But I think he's just a rock star in sales, and he wants to come. When I haven't really talked to him about it yet. I wanted to talk to you first.
Mm-hmm.
But he was kind of saying that, he's tired of how slow Edison is and wants to go out and work for a high-speed company again. So
Yeah.
do you think you'd want Sam on as well? Do you want me to tell him to maybe apply for your job at your company?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I don't think he'd even need to apply. Like, if he's an experienced sales guy, like, in the industry, and like he's as good as you say, then like at this point, like the more the merrier. Like, especially like I'm with your network and like being able to bring a sales guy along with us, that would be awesome. That actually like brings up a question though. So, considering that you're currently employed by Edison,
Mm-hmm.
are there going to be, do you foresee any legal complications coming from you hopping over to us and sharing knowledge with me about Edison, and especially like snagging one of their sales guys?
Yeah, there is, especially with me funding this company, because I want to fund it. I really do. It's about 500,000 euros, which I can totally do. When I do that, I'd like equity in the company and things like that. But the biggest legal things that we kind of have to get around is I can't have more than 5% equity in the company that's in the same industry as Edison. And of course, yeah, I can't be sharing the trade secrets of Edison.
Mm-hmm.
But
ever, or like just like until you're done with them?
yeah, I'll have to review the contract again that I signed, but just to stay away from that, I really don't want to talk too much about Edison.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's only their book of business that I want to bring to you, to the
Mm-hmm.
table, and then my trust and reliableness and just the name that I have with the retailers.
Yeah, your name with the retailer?
Yeah, so I've been working with those guys in the United States and Europe for forever, and my whole career here at Edison most of the time, and we've got a good rapport with them. They trust me if whatever I do. So I just want to make sure as well, like when we are sourcing from China, I want to check out the products with you sometime if you want to keep on going with this, which I do, but just to make sure that they're top notch, because the retailers that I work with, they only want the best. But yeah, that is the thing. We would have to make sure that when we're working together, that even though we're in the same industry, we're producing more of like the high tech LED bulbs and stuff like that. Edison's more of the old fashioned ones. I think that it's a dying industry is what we're in.
Mm-hmm.
This old fashioned bulbs. So I don't see legal complications as long as we're making sure that I'm not giving you trade secrets and saying Edison does this and this and this. But as long as we stay away from that, I think we'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Plus, I won't be here for more than 10 or 5 years. So I figure, what's the harm? I just want to help build and do something good.
Awesome. Well, what do you for like the next 5 years? What do you see your role being then, and like the amount of responsibility you'd be taking on, as like, I mean, outside of the stuff we've already discussed, like with networking and other stuff you already have?
Right. I would really like to have. Well, I feel like the level that I am would be more of like a CEO type position, that level, because I'll be able to help push the product to the retailers, but also just be the face of the company. I'm a trusted guy, and I think that'll attract lots of business up front. After those 5 years, I just want to be, done, take my, investment, and then let you go on and to continue to build the company. I just want to help put it on on a fast track to success, basically.
Yeah, fast track. What do you mean by like fast track to success?
Just, it takes years to build up rapport with a lot of the retailers and the people that you work with. And so I think if you could just put a face on there and say, look, we don't have to be proven to be reliable because I'm here. We are reliable. I wouldn't join anything that I didn't think was reliable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would attract lots of our buyers and it'd make just the selling. I know Sam would be a little happier about that. It's just another ace in his sleeve to help use. Couple that with, your leadership and your ability to source the materials in the first place. If you didn't source anything, wouldn't have anything to sell.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
And I wouldn't want to work for a company that I didn't like the guy that I was working with,
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you feel about that? I know because you are like a self-starter, you're kind of like me. It's hard to work under somebody. And I don't want to be over you because it's your company.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'd like to do is just kind of be working in tandem with you for a little bit. And if it's the title of CEO, I won't treat you like a subordinate or anything because basically you're the guy pulling the strings. I'm just there to be a face.
Yeah.
To help attract some money, so my investment of 500,000 euros will be, worth it to me and you, and we'll be able to recoup that, and then we'll be able to just build your profits, build our profits basically here on out.
But so in your mind, what is that your capital contribution, your experience, your networking, and all that stuff? Like what percentage wise, what is that worth to you?
Percentage wise, you talking like equity or you talking equity? Well, because the 500,000 euros will pay for everything to get the company going. Logically in my mind, you go, well, at least like 50%, but I don't want 50% of the company. Probably more like be realistic, probably like 30% with my help and knowledge and things like that. Maybe more. It just kind of depends. I don't want to bicker about equity, but I think it would help when I retire to have, 30% in a growing company. That would help me feel more secure in my retirement too. I don't know how you feel about all that.
Well, yeah. So I mean, like, regardless of the company, I think if you help start a company and you've been if you're a big part of the company, which it seems like you will be, and especially because of if we both end up being millionaires because of this, like, I'll owe a lot of that to you, I think. And so I'm not looking to to be like, oh, once you're retired, cool, thanks, bye, and just cut you out or whatever. Like some residual income for you and for your family and like grandkids and everything. I think that would be good.
Appreciate that. No problem. Yeah, but I just basically my thing is I just want to do something big to end, and then money's not a huge issue for me, but I just want to do something, and I think it'll be awesome to see you succeed too. So,
okay.
Yeah. Does everything kind of sound right? Do you have any questions for me?
No, not that I haven't already asked. So I mean, like, if we were like to just come to a conclusion of or a resolution or whatever of like equity today and everything, like,
yeah.
I mean, would you take 30% today, like a 70-30 split?
Honestly, yeah. For the 500,000 euros to start up, I could do that because this first year I'm going to be in this transition process, so I won't be able to be walking around the office with you. You're going to have a lot of the reins, but I'm sure that you can handle that. You're a leader, so I think that first year I'll be able to kind of feed you my book of business and then help with this time that I do have. I'll be able to help connect you with those retailers and just kind of help jumpstart those relationships.
Cool.
And then after this first year, when I get finally out of medicine, I'll be able to go full bore with you, rub shoulders with you more, and really build this thing up. So,
cool, man.
Yeah.
And as far as like the long term goes, like, I think it would be prudent for us to have something like legally ironed out for like when you do eventually retire. Considering you, and I mean, like, I think I would still appreciate having your, consulting with you from time to time, like once you retire.
Love
Like,
to do it.
I mean, would you be like, would it be fair to you to go down in equity at all? Considering that like someone else would be picking up your slack, or I would be picking up your slack, like 20% or something like that, and then you would just stay at 20% for forever.
Possibly. So the way that I'd have to get this equity is to make it legal, because I can't have more than 5% while I'm working at Edison. I could give you a loan, but it'd be a convertible loan. So give you the 500,000, come and then just say, instead of paying me that, just give me equity. So I'd get the 30. Then when I'm done, I don't know for sure. I know you need to have that extra slack that would be picked up when I go.
And we don't have to iron that all out right now, but like as long as you're open to something fair. It's like I said, I'm not going to be like, okay, cool, you're down to 5% now that you're retired. Like,
no,
I want something that's like that works for both of us.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that. That's a sign of a good leader. I would be open to that, possibly, because like I said, money's not really an issue to me. But as long as I get my return on investment, it makes sense. I mean, that's just the business kind of mindset to have, and it's good.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, sounds like a deal then, 70-30?
Yeah, I think that's fair, and I'm excited to see where this business goes. So I'm excited to work with you, Richie.
Yeah, I'm excited to work with you.
Yeah. So,
cool, man.
That it?
All right, dude.
Thank you very much.
You.
Have a good one. Oh, no.